Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another awesome day here in Shipfest Season 2, powered by LG Ultragear. My name is Capnada, and I'm once again joined by the full division, Fizzkiller and Valkyrie, as we head back to Trident. We're going to start proceedings with Buff Admiral Hipper taking on Soviet Union. Fizz, how are these teams lined up?
Yeah, so I think that's a really standard composition to be honest, and I think standard composition is really good. And we are seeing a Chapayev. Chapayev again, I think it's a very good choice, especially with the self radar because you have very much buffer and of course 25 seconds radar instead of 15 seconds compared to Talon. So I think it should play out good.
And Valk, what do you think? The Baltimore is it going to be potentially short-handed up against a Talon and a Hipper?
Last time we saw this map, the Balti did pretty well, if you remember. Those particular islands wow, the map references are a little difficult for me. F5, especially that island, becomes quite critical, and especially if the Baltimore has hydro, which it usually does, they're able to, keep the other guy detected.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. The DDs, of course, play a crucial role, as we've seen, in getting the middle cap, denying caps, and getting them that information. Uh, But we haven't seen too many DDs take a lot of risks and be aggressive early on, right? We've just seen them as area denial plays mostly. And
Yeah,
wow, this is one aggressive talent push, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think, but
mean, go on, Fizz.
so like basically, I think Talon should have stayed in the second circle. It should not have come in to be honest, because now they gave the second circle to um, to Bravo. So I'm not sure if it was a really good choice.
Well, let's see. They have spotted our Archeon's lightning. The shots are going up from everybody involved. But I think the Talon isn't going to land a third salvo, most likely. Just a little bit of damage on Archeon. He's certainly gonna live to fight another day, it seems. And he might actually just have enough smoke to be able to reverse into the center cap, start denying.
Shots going from the Vladdy to the Talon.
Oh, that was a
Oh, he's lucky. He's
Yeah, it could
pretty
have been
lucky.
much worse. We
Yeah,
saw
it could have been much worse.
we saw his cruiser get blapped full HP yesterday, Valk, while you weren't here.
Yeah, and I mean went ahead too far in. Also, it's the lightning stops, right? So he should have known that those stops don't have range, and he could have maybe turned out instead of turned in and totally avoided those. I think that was a bit of a bad play that didn't get punished as hard as it could have been. But as long as you're alive on 1 HP, you're still dangerous.
Absolutely, that body still counts for something. Not for long once you get spotted, but something is certainly better than nothing. We've got Buff Admiral, Hipper, and Soviet Union still deadlocked. Surprisingly, the Baltimore has been denying points in the middle, and you've got the second ring also. There we go. Finally, points on the board for the Soviet Union as the second ring is uncontested. But just as we say that, the outer ring is going to go towards Buff Admiral Hipper, and they are going to get on the board as well with 5 points a tick.
Look at that. The Vladdy is broadside to Tom Crex's Vladdy, but he might get shots on the Baltimore. No, the Baltimore. Oh, he's grounded himself. The only way he can get out of this is if he reverses, and
That Baltimore's in
Rajan
a
Khanna is
world of
just
trouble.
he.
waiting for it.
Baltimore is. I think he might die. I mean, not really quickly, but the position he's at in, I don't think there's any escape for him now.
He's dead. He's dead. I mean, the problem is now Tom Craig doesn't have shots on him, or even if he does have shots, Rajesh Khanna is Rajan Khanna. Sorry,
Why is Rajan
is
Khanna not
angled.
shooting?
I don't know.
He didn't shoot. He's lost that
Interesting.
that golden
His
angle.
guns are not. I think his guns are not moving.
You
Like
think
I'm seeing his turrets are
has
not
he
moving at all.
disconnected? He's also stopped secondarying. I think he's disconnected.
Well,
What on earth
secondaries
is?
won't matter because of the disconnection, I think.
I think you're
I
just like you do nothing
see
when you're disconnected. His engine's also off.
the
He
same
has,
with extreme resolution
Wow.
actually. Like same with resolution actually. His Baltimore all disconnected. His turrets are not turning. Nothing's happening.
What a
Oh
time
my
to get
god.
DC'd.
that is
And
just
now Tom
nuts,
Krex,
guys.
This
That
from
is
is
what
just
would have
nuts.
been a winning play, this has suddenly turned into a nightmare for Buff Hipper.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is
yeah.
not looking
I
good
mean
for Buff Admiral Hipper. I think
yeah. I
Tom
think
Sykes is just gonna park alongside Rajan Khanna and let him have it.
oh my god.
Ouch. That
This is
is the
like
beginning of the end. Yikes.
What a terrible piece of luck. I have to say. I feel bad for these guys. I mean, that was a good play. He saw an opening and he went for it, right? That was actually smart play. But to be rewarded by
Imagine
a
he logs in right
disconnection,
now and blows the Vladdy up. No, not gonna happen.
not gonna happen. Tough luck for Captain Rajan Khanna and for Buff Hipper,
But
but
look at this, look at this. They've actually realized that resolution is also not in the game. And I think the Talon is going to do a drive-by torpedo run.
how did both these guys get DC'd at the same time?
I don't know,
I'm
probably
not sure.
sportsmanship. You know, they're like, you know what, let's both go out at the same time. Uh,
I wait, Kevin is gonna ground. I'm not sure why is Kevin grounding, but I think there's some
oh,
sidings there behind, so that's I think a valid. But
I think they've realized that
yeah.
resolution is AFK and that
yeah,
Alright,
he's not going to be doing
you
much.
wanna know the funny thing? The
Wow,
Lucifer still potatoed some torps.
those torps just okay. He's going to get the job done, but
He still missed two.
that was quite messy. That was quite messy job.
yeah, I mean, and let's go to the battle with the Chapayev and the Hipper here. Hipper in all sorts of trouble. I mean, the Chappie should have no trouble dealing with him unless he's showing broadside to the Talon.
Alright, let's just jump back into the game for now. Yeah.
Why is the
I'll,
Talon not shooting at the Hipper?
wait, what are those hipper torps?
At the Chapayev, sorry.
What are
Sure,
those
what's
hipper
happening?
torps? Curry man,
I
yo
don't.
yo.
Oh
Oh, couldn't
man,
get
this
off
is.
his second set of torps.
Uh, this is. I mean, I don't know why is Kevin rushing. Tom Cyrix. I hope he could get his tops off.
I think they've just given up. Like they're just.
Alright,
I don't think they
that's
should
I
give
think
up.
this is a desperate ploy, but
and those are actually decent torpedoes. Because he's also, by the way, only being shot at by the rear gun right now, right? But, oh, well,
No, I
never
think
mind,
that
gonna
was
be
a
more than
misplay.
enough.
No, that was a mistake. Kevin
yeah,
could have reversed and like sailed away, literally sailed
yeah,
away from
yeah.
everyone, and like could there were a chance winning where Lucifer could have gotten tops at Vladivostok. So I'm not sure what were they thinking. I don't know why did they give up because even with two ships, they were actually in a decent position to get the Vladivostok with lightning.
Yeah, for sure. You know, they could have picked off the Vlad and, you know, just hit on this side, honestly. And it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lucifer,
Wow, this is painful to watch. They're at
Buffett.
910 points anyway. I mean, this is going to end pretty soon, but
What do you think? Looking good?
it's two. That's three.
He's used 4 tops. He hit 3. And he's got all of 20 seconds to get this kill. Look at him.
The
He's gonna go
funniest,
right next to the Vlad and
but he
torp.
can't top from that close. The funniest would
It,
be if one shot from the Vlad actually disables his torpedo tubes and the reload goes again.
I have a
I think
feeling.
he's killed his engine. He has killed his engine.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That was a little painful to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, Soviet Union get more points on the board as Buff Admiral Hipper's dreams start to go down with the ship.
I
Unfortunate
think
event, slightly funny moment with the two ships, the Baltimore and the Vladivostok, disconnected right in front of each other. But Tom Cyrix was aware enough to take advantage and send the Vladivostok packing. That was an interesting first match indeed, folks. We're going to take a short break and then we will be back with game two. Don't go anywhere. And we're back, folks, with the second game of the day. Slight disclaimer on the first one. It seems due to that double disconnect, even though it was several minutes into the match, both teams have agreed in the spirit of fair play to a restart, especially Soviet Union, even though, they technically do have the win fair and square. So great stuff there coming out from both teams. They will be replaying their match off stream. But in the meantime, we have Radioactive, hot on the heels of the league leaders. Now that was a bro moment, going up against Vengeance, who are aiming to finish slightly above the middle of the pack. Valk, is this Z going to make a big difference today?
Well, I hope so for Vengeance' sake because they really need the points now. And I mean, a clear difference between the two small teams from the same clan could not be found. I mean, Vengeance are almost, well, not exactly bottom, but second from the bottom, and Radioactive second from the top.
And yeah, I just noticed, as you're right, both HFA teams, and the only loss Radioactive have had so far is to another HFA team. Is history
Yep.
going to repeat itself? Is that going to, ruin their chances, their hopes and dreams of potentially winning the league, or will that dream stay alive today? It seems like Vengeance seems to have the initiative so far, partly capturing all three zones.
Yeah, I mean, right now I would say it's a bit of a stalemate. Admiral Affection moving into position right up against Wicked Avi. So it's basically both Vladivostok's holding point just outside the center circle. Although I have to say, Wicked Avi seems to be moving in to the center circle. Or is he reversing now? He started reversing, so he's coming under a lot of fire from the Akizuki, and that damage can start piling up over time. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
especially now
can't
that
just
he's on a double fire.
yeah, you can't
that
just
that's he's
let
gonna
an
feel that.
Akizuki. Yeah, you can't just let an Akizuki farm you for free. I think Vikiravi kind of missed. Missed the Akizuki's position and did not expect him to be there. And it's gonna take him some time to get out of the Aki's clutches now, because that island,
It's
while
perfect.
it's
It's
yeah,
perfect for him, right? Just enough for the Aki to lob over, and nothing can lob back at the Aki.
yeah, yeah, and all they need is Admiral Faction to keep spotting him, which he can very
He's happy
comfortably
to
for now.
oblige.
Yeah, but he's moving in behind the island to go up against the Talon.
Well, the Baltimore
Uh,
can always radar and give a few more extra seconds, right?
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, like,
and that's basically what stopped Salty Balance from shooting now, because he's opening up in the open on Wicked Avi. In the meanwhile, Nayan Cool seems to have taken a bit of a beating from Alice region. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Well, I
But
always just called him Alice Rain.
yeah,
yeah,
Alice. Yeah, it's actually it seems like Alice region, but Nankul seems to be in
In
trouble,
a
and I
world of
think he's
trouble.
gonna go down. Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
used
think
his
he's on
damage
Trauma
con.
Fire.
Yeah, he used his damage con a few seconds ago, and this should be it. As the
Yep.
initiative is firmly with Team Radioactive. They have the ship's advantage. They may not have the outer ring, but the Vladivostok was quick to get there and start denying. And now he's actually fighting a Hell Rain.
yeah. I think the problem here became, Baltimore was at a very wrong position. To be honest, Baltimore shouldn't have gone there. Like, it should have been the position where Talon is actually. I'm not sure why did it send Baltimore, because while the Baltimore was going to that position, it took a lot of fire from all the ships on radioactive. So I think it wasn't a really good decision to send Baltimore at that island.
Yeah, but Fuzzy, I mean, even if the Balti was where the Talon is, the Talon would have started taking the same amount of damage from the Albemarle, right? I mean,
Oh, no, no, no! Talon is like Talon. You shouldn't have sent Talon. Talon should be on the flank. Like, it should have been what Albemarle is doing, what Talon should have done. Basically, what I'm saying is that I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even yeah. So like Baltimore should have stayed at the island where Talon and Talon should have kited around and took the
Yeah,
fight to
makes sense.
Albemarle.
Makes sense. And Wicked Avi again coming under fire from Salty Balance. And Salty Balance has done an amazing job here of keeping Wicked Avi in check. Wicked Avi can't charge because obviously Akizuki stops while it doesn't get too many. They're still pretty destructive. And he's constantly setting fires. I bet he's basically set at least 4 to 5 fires on Wicked Avi
Yeah,
until
he's
now.
probably forced Wicked Avi to use at least 2 damage cons, if not
Yep,
three so far.
yep, and that
Yep.
puts a Vladdy under pressure, right? It's not a comfortable position for a Vladdy to be in. So amazing positioning of the Akizuki. I really like that. Admiral Bhaskar somehow not exactly
He hasn't been in the game
contributing
at
a lot
all.
to this
Yeah.
game. Yeah. The thing is, he can't move up to start hydroing the Aki because he'll be in front of Pratik 23. So there's no way that he can get the Aki detected. He's too far away to top the Vladivostok. All he's basically done this game is occupy center cap so that radioactive don't get it.
Yeah, I think Wicked Avi only. I think a move Wicked Avi is trying to do now is like take the fight head on to Annual Reflection and try to blap him. I'm not sure if it will work out good though. It will a good plan or not. But
I
I
mean, the
think
best case scenario right now could be a Ram, very frank, very honestly, because I don't
yeah.
really see Wicked Avi in a one-on-one gunfight against Admiral Affection winning it. To be frank, he's on way to low health, and
One
once
word, detonation.
I'm sure they're
Mm.
all running flags. This is competitive after all. And I think Pratik's running either hydro or radar because he's got Admiral Bhaskar lit up.
I think it's radar. I don't see the radar sign, so it's probably be Hydro only. Oh no, no, Admiral Bhaskar. If I remember, he was Admiral Bhaskar was shooting open water towards Akizuki. That's why he
Really,
was
now
stopped.
that wasn't a clever thing to do then, because an Aki in a very short span of time can do a lot of damage to you. Although I have to say, Salty Balance has taken quite a bit of a beating himself. He's on less than half health now, actually almost a third health now. But then he's
Oh,
giving it back to INS Hellrain.
Is this going to be
Hellrain,
a tactical smoke to help the BB?
yeah, yep. That I think he's reversing out too much
And the
though.
BB
He's
will
reversing
tactically
too much.
reverse out of it.
Yeah, but
Hellrain should go down really quickly. By the way,
yeah, I think the tile position hasn't really worked out for him, to be honest. I think the tiling based stationary is not really a good thing, actually, in my opinion. Like, tiling is a really kiting ship. Like, you don't want to stay stationary in the ship, you want to like duke it, dodge the enemy shells and just like kite and shoot.
yeah, couple of overpens from Admiral Affection on Admiral Bhaskar. And yeah,
And
that brings Admiral Bhaskar down. I think
He's
he's
on
on form
fire.
of fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's going to be the end of his game. Sending out
yeah,
some YOLO torpedoes.
more than YOLO, I
Albemarle
think those are desperation. I'm about to die torpedoes.
but you never know when one hit them. But if Albemarle should be running Hydro, I guess.
See,
I
the
look.
So he
album
should be.
Alice Rain will never turn into them
Yeah,
because that'll mean he's broadside to the Vlad. So,
Not just that, if he eats those torpedoes, I mean that would be. You have to expect that the Z torped right before he died, right? You have to expect that. And now I think Alice region, maybe I don't
his
know.
Alice Rain is fine.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. That's
I
all
think
that
he's
matters.
gonna. I think he might just start going in and topping Wicked Avi because
Yeah, it certainly looks like it'll be the fastest way to finish this
yeah,
match.
Pratik has AP loaded and that should start hurting Wicked Avi.
He did fluff his first
Yeah.
salvo.
Yeah.
Looks like Alice Rain is actually not risking it.
I think that is fine. I mean, either they have the game in the bag, but
Yep.
yeah, I guess it's way more cooler to win with all ships alive rather than what's that?
Yeah, but I'd have pushed in. I'd have gone for the top
Yeah,
kill.
of course. Yeah, same. I won't lie.
Well, that was quite an authoritative performance by Radioactive. Akizuki, Salty Balance leading the way there, showing them how it's done, pushing the Vladivostok back, and then the rest of their team doing their job, making the space, and eventually closing out the game without dropping a single ship. Radioactive still on course for potentially challenging for the title. An exciting match. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and then we'll be back with the next one. live with Game 4. The reigning champions once again take to the seas. Shot callers going up against Death Brigade, who had their recovery halted rather abruptly. Shot callers, are they going to put another nail in the coffin of Death Brigade, or, will shot caller season go from bad to worse? Valk?
The Edinburgh boys are back. Well, let's see if their insistence on the Edinburgh works out. It hasn't until now, except in that one game where,
Two games. They have
yeah,
two wins.
yeah, but only in one game did the Edinburgh actually manage to do something uh, that led to them winning the game. Let's see if it works out in this game. On this map, I think the
Yeah,
Edinburgh
Edinburgh is
still
fighting.
stands
It's
a
fine.
chance. Yeah,
Yes.
because there are islands which are a little low and it can lob over while being safe, because as we know, Edinburgh isn't exactly the most well armored ship in the world. So
Yeah.
let's see how this pans out for them.
Yeah, Edinburgh has 60 millimeters of armor, 90 millimeters of armor, same as probably T8 and DD. So again, like you don't expect anything bouncing shots or BB shots on like 27 millimeter armor cruisers.
Yeah, and you have to also think about it this way. I mean, they're up against the reigning champions and the guys who place third in the league right now. Plus, they have, shot callers have some of the best players in the tournament playing for them. So this is going to be hard work for these guys.
Yeah, so
Wow,
radar
look at
out from
this.
Boyapati.
Unfortunate here for Varaprasad. Already on fire. He's lost over 10,000 HP in a matter
Yeah,
of seconds.
yeah, I think a little bit, I'm not sure. I'm again like, thing is, I've seen like every match is like the Edinburgh is really not chipping in with anything. Like he's there to radar, but the Edinburgh should chip in with other his teammates to help him out, because it's like only just basically it's like 4v3 to be honest. Like he's
Right
just
now,
there for the
by
main
the way,
stage.
Switchkun's Hipper isn't even in the game. I have a bad
And
feeling he's just disconnected. What is happening with people today?
yeah, I think that's
Oh,
No,
nope,
no,
no,
nope,
he's
he's
there.
on
nope.
He's
fire.
fighting. He's there.
He's
Yeah,
on
he's
fire.
there.
He was just playing dead.
Wow, he's on
Yeah,
fire again, and he's lost a huge chunk from the Amagi. Varun, as usual,
yeah.
with the Amagi, perfect positioning. Yeah, this was not the best play from Varaprasad. I think the lightning is pushing in,
I thought
and
that's
you
a
know why
rather
the lightning is
interesting
pushing in.
camouflage. It's a rather interesting
Yeah,
camouflage on Varaprasad.
Yeah, and you know
yeah,
why the lightning is pushing in? Because there's no radar threat. He has free reign right now.
yeah,
Invader.
and
And you don't let Invader have free reign, because that guy knows how to play DDs.
yeah, and I think the problem is that this Switch cone is like too much passive. I don't know why is he still sitting in the hipper with that island. I'm not sure he's literally pushed out in the flanks and trying to pressure. I'm not Groot, because even from there, I'm not sure. It's very difficult for Magri to take some shots.
Baltimore radar
So
kicking in.
again,
Gummy Deepak is spotted, and he's going to start. Invader's going to start farming on Gummy Deepak.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean like Akal Edinburgh is now being into sight and he's running away. But then again, Edinburgh hasn't shot his gun once in the whole match, and now he's beaching. So I'm not really sure what's happening. I think Boya like Edinburgh really hasn't worked on, because I think they are not able to work out how to exactly play with the Edinburgh.
yeah,
Yeah, they were
How to
actually
position it.
expecting a more, an increased presence on this flank. That's why doubling up on the Hipper and Edinburgh, and while Varaprasad holds down the other flank. Unfortunately, it was quite
Oh,
the opposite
watch
as
this! Watch this!
Shockcaller pushed on the other
You
side.
Okay, I'm not.
you know the music, the background music from Jaws. Yeah, that's what's happening here.
We're
With
looking at both.
Invader lining up
If you
for
zoom out a
torp.
little, Valk, you've got Gummy Deepak also going for a stealth YOLO torp. on the other side.
Uh, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
this might
doubt
be.
that one's gonna work out as well as Invaders tops, I feel.
Oh,
Yeah,
everything connected. Oh, okay, just three, but still, alright, that's enough. I think the guns will come
yeah.
out. Nope, he's gonna do it in style with more torpedoes.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
a little too
Gummy
quick
Deepak.
for the Vladivostok's turrets to turn around.
Hey, Gummy Deepak also gets the
Gummy
kill,
Deepak
by the
took
way.
Baltimore.
Not bad.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's
charging a Balti and getting tops off and topping the Balti, not bad at all. But they've lost the Vladivostok. This should be interesting now.
yeah. I think that main thing as well. Switchkun was just sitting on the islands too long. He should have pushed up way earlier towards Baltimore, gone wide, and he should be safe from Varun Samagi also at that, and he could be farming Baltimore all day. So I like they have been too passive with the Hipper too in the game.
AP coming in from Awesome on Akash. Wow, he's lucky. He's pretty lucky. Those were overpens.
Yep. And I think he can heal them back. So I think that is still fine. Like he has got zombie heal.
Oh, Gummy
But I don't know.
Deepak's been spotted, and it looks like this is gonna be the end for him really
He needs to
soon.
smoke up. He needs to smoke
Oh
up. Shots coming in from Varun.
Oof!
my
Wow.
god.
And he's on fire, and I'm not sure he can put it out.
It's a Parma
Oh,
fire because he used the damage con against Baltimore and he was reloaded in time, I think.
he,
Wow. Things are
So
looking pretty tough for Death Brigade. I think these guys lack a little experience and competing as we had discussed offline cap. I think competing in these sort of tournaments, watching the replays online and trying to study what other teams are doing is what's really going to start helping these guys out in positioning, ship selection, and general gameplay.
yeah, and sometimes honestly, you have to go through that trial by fire to know that hey, what works for you in randoms
Yeah.
may not work with slightly more skilled opponents.
Yeah, and look, WoWs is a game with a bit of a learning curve, so you do really need to, observe what teams are doing and how it's working out for them. I think that's super important. I think watching other people's gameplay is super important.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I genuinely have a feeling that one of the reasons they haven't changed their comp is because the team does not have too many tier 8 ships.
Yeah,
And it was one of
Yeah.
the reasons, initially we planned for a lower tier tournament, but a majority of the community was a bit more comfortable with ships that were reflective of more common higher tier gameplay rather than lower tier random
yeah,
strats. So, which
yeah.
is why
And the
we
thing is,
switched to the tier 8.
yeah, the problem with the tier 5, tier 6 ships is uh in competitive you want some amount of dependability when you're shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and the lower tier ships, the
It's just too
dispersion is just
random.
all
Yeah,
over the place. So
Yeah.
yeah, especially at tier 5.
plus they're slower, and
Radar.
there's no radar, so there's no tactical pieces that you can move. There's fewer levers, as they're called, which are in a team's hands.
Yeah, but
And I think as
that
the
that brigade have nothing to be ashamed of. They at least pulled off that great maneuver to take out the Baltimore.
yeah,
A little too late in the game. After that Vlad got caught out, but certainly some positives for them to take. And hopefully as the tournament progresses, some of them might unlock more tier 8s, and by next season they'll be up and running with some new strats. All right, folks. So it seems like shot callers are still in it with an outside shout to pick up, a second place, if not just third. We're gonna take a quick break before we come back with more Shipfest Season 2 action, brought to you by LG Ultragear. back, folks, with the league leaders. Now that was a bro moment going up against the Inform and quite comfortable in the middle. Bichu Gang Max. Now that was a bro moment, just 2 more wins away from sealing the title. Do you think they have what it takes, guys?
Yes, probably. I think I'm betting on them to win the tournament. But I mean, like maybe we can have a upset. I'm not sure. It can happen this match or even next 2 matches. But I will I'm gonna be honest. I think like that will be a very less very bleak possibility of them even throwing away the matches. But you never know. And I think we got a fairly standard combination from both sides. I think, and again, Bazinga being in Charles Metal, I think that's really standard to be honest. Now we have seen many times playing in the tournament Charles Martel.
Yeah, that's actually been one of the difference makers. And look at that flame coming out the back as he boosts his way across. Space camo for the win. I absolutely love the space camos. Shots coming out as he
And
spots the Bismarck
yeah,
early on.
I think Bismarck. I will have to see if Bismarck is will walk out this time also not because yesterday the cost of Bismarck finally broke.
So people
But
were actually saying in chat, Bichugang's been running Bismarck and winning throughout the tournament. It's just that,
is
most of the
it?
times when we notice a Bismarck, they end up losing.
Oh my God, that is quite sad. I mean, like, if that's true, I will have to take back my words to be honest. But yeah, I won't lie. I really won't think
Oh,
Bismarck is a
wow.
good choice for the pick.
By the
But
way,
let's see.
Moscow Chikna's already lost 15,000 HP and he's only been spotted for a few minutes. Make that 20,000. Things
Oh
are
wait,
not
will
looking good for Bichu
oh
Bang Max.
yeah, was DD just dodging the lightning tops?
Yeah, and he loses the middle circle as well. So that's 2 caps firmly in control of Bichu Gang. And look at this, the Cleveland,
But
the
the
radar
problem
is
here you
on.
see the
The
oh where
amplitude knows Cleveland is pushing up here on this flank. Uh, do you think this is going to be one of those surprise push plays that gets them a kill?
Yeah, maybe we can, but the problem is like Cleveland AP is not that powerful, like compared to Baltimore AP, and doesn't have special angles. So like, it will take him time to kill him, even with the fast reload. Baltimore can quickly make short work of Sid Admiral. So wisely, Sid Admiral pushing back, and I think the problem here now is that outer circle, it's in the control of comfortably in control of Bro moment. They're getting points from it.
Yeah, because they're denying the center and the middle caps. And unless
Yeah,
somebody from Bichugang turns around and goes outside, it's going to remain tricky as, Brahmo continues to get away with the score. Lightning,
yeah.
I mean, Torpedo in his Lightning, he's gonna spot out worst DD player, but that means they also know where he is. Huge chunker damage from worst DD player to Torpedo, folks. Not looking good. Smoke's coming out as he looks to disengage, and ouch!
Oh.
That has
That's
gotta
like,
hurt.
yeah, and now he will be probably radared by the Baltimore if his
Yep,
radar
yep,
is
yep, yep, yep.
standard.
Baltimore radar on
No, it's not a
point.
Baltimore radar. It's a Cleveland radar. It's a Cleveland radar.
And look at this, the Torpedo's not landing any of his shots. I have a feeling that worst DD player is just gonna sneak out from in front of Amplitude and he's gonna risk it for the biscuit. He's probably gonna drop a smoke for the Baltimore disengage, but oh my god, look at this, guys. This is it. This is what we were
This
waiting for.
is okay. So Lightning Varsity player is gonna just come out, head along, and I think problem is like Sid Admiral can't do anything.
Yeah,
His guns are only forward guns, and even with 2 guns, Cleveland doesn't really can't do much. So I think that's the end of Sid Admiral, unfortunately.
and worst DD player will successfully disengage. Oh, 35 HP. Will they
No!
get him?
Oh
And
my
yes,
god. Oh.
They managed the trade just in time. Bichu Gang still not out of it. Torpedo in a bit of trouble, very low on HP. Moscow Chikna's Bismarck slightly better now.
Yeah, I think maybe he made a Wispe varsity player. I think he went too much wide, but trying to like get disengaged and like then because of which Torpedo and Captain Seahawk got shots. He could have tried to make a shot
Ouch!
them.
The Baltimore just took a huge chunk of damage there, folks, through the
Yeah.
nose from the Vladivostok. That's what happens when you got big guns. Another 6k through the nose. This is looking bad. Amplitude's gonna push out from behind, and he's gonna play a big role in finishing off Captain Seahawks Baltimore Bichu Gang. Guys, not looking so hot anymore.
Mm,
They do have the zones now, right? Charles Martel,
yep.
because he has to play from the outside. Um, they are getting the points.
Yep. Now I think this was quite a bit challenge for
I think the
HSF
Baltimore's
government
making
at
a
this
mistake.
time.
The Baltimore should be just spamming HE on that superstructure and burn that Vladivostok down.
No,
Look at
I think that AP is fine because like
his
raw AP
AP's
damage
barely
Baltimore is quite
done
a lot.
anything. His AP's not doing anything.
Oh, that is because I think if you didn't notice, Fleshin had started healing in between. So while healing, he lost a lot of HP, even while the healing was on.
He's
So I think
doing maybe
AP
a
has
thousand
worked out
odd a
quite
salvo
okay.
and boom. Thank you, come again as Captain Seahawks Baltimore bites the dust. Lightning's torpedo, look at that.
Yeah, I think
Blind
you
torps
know.
coming out and they look good. They look very good. Oh, that's gonna be it. Flesh and bone, thank you, come
Oh,
again.
yeah. Oh wait. I kidding me? I thought he would have finished.
Yeah, he wasn't counting on using that, extra salvo there. Now it is Amplitude's Baltimore versus Moscow Chikna's
Oh
Bismarck.
no,
Oh, the
like
Lightning's gonna
lightning is
find.
dead.
It's a 2v1. Now, if the
Yeah.
Bismarck can swing this, right? The Bismarck can just hide behind the islands. Um, because I don't see the
Okay.
Charles Martel coming in too
I'm.
close.
Yep. I'm not sure amplitude should be showing up side,
Oh, that's yeah.
not too much
This can be
side.
tricky.
Uh, I think yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Oh
See,
yeah,
like everything bounce. Most
he
of the things
survived
bounce off.
that. He survived that all crucial salvo.
He had
Ah,
angled in quite enough. He had angled quite enough to
unlucky. I
make it.
think Bichu Gang. This is as close as now that was a real moment have gotten to a loss. And interesting
Yeah.
fact: one kill apiece on everyone in now that was a bro moment. But valiant effort nonetheless from Bichu Gang. They have pushed, our league leaders and at this point favorites to be champion to the limit. This match could have gone either way had the Lightning not been picked off. Here's the thing: if Torpedo hadn't pushed out of that smoke and started shooting, right, the Charles Martel would not have seen him there and shot. He had the Vladivostok. He should have just stayed inside that smoke and waited out till the Vladivostok sunk. It's because he went
Yeah.
out, he took a bit of secondary damage, and then the Charles Martel landed one salvo. One salvo is all it
Uh,
took. And that
yeah.
left the Bismarck all alone. Right? If the
I
Bismarck
mean, like,
hadn't been alone, he could have pushed up along the Bismarck, hidden behind the Bismarck, and launched one more salvo, which could have potentially saved them the match. Unfortunately, that experience came in handy for Bruh as they saw Bichugang out. What do you think, Fizz?
so I think like maybe as you said, the lightning should have actually stayed a bit in smoke, and I think that he should have started shooting his guns way sooner. I think he that second top salvo, right? I think that was the one which took a lot of time. He could have started shooting and got him down with the guns very quickly instead of tops. So
I
I
think he
think
was just
yeah,
expecting that first salvo, to get the
yeah,
job done.
yeah. I think
Unfortunately,
the
Bichugang
last
comes
top.
up short. All right, folks, that's it for this match. We're going to take a quick break before we come back with the last game of the day. Don't go anywhere. right, folks, we're ready for the last game of match day 7. We've got Team Crazy versus Team INC. Still laboring on with just 3 members, and this time, bot Upham. Will they be successful in their quest for their first win of the tournament, or will Team Crazy add to their points? Valk, Fizz, what do you guys think?
Well, I mean, they're playing with a bot, so that's never a good thing.
They got
But
close once.
they did get
Yeah.
close once. No thanks to the bot, though. But let's see. I mean, if they're able to hold out for a little bit, anything can happen.
Yep. It all depends on how that bot positions itself, whether it contributes, whether it spots, whether it gets taken out early. Right, a lot is gonna depend on that for them. It's gonna be Tenny 17 versus Sierra 117 in the center cap, both with DDs. Initial points seem to be going towards the favor of Team Crazy as bot Upham gets spotted. You've got 2 salvos, including an HE salvo now from what looks like the Vladivostok coming in. Upham smart enough to reposition. Shots going back out towards the Baltimore.
They're all
I
targeting
just,
the bot first.
of course you will.
Yeah.
I just hope Upham doesn't really charge down the middle. Right, he needs to use that island cover smartly and maybe help out with the radar. Right, I've never seen a bot in the tournament so far uh, utilize that
Do bots
ability.
do bots know how to use islands? I think they don't. And yeah,
I'm
Upham
not
is just
sure.
driving around the island.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's see. I mean, like 2017 brought Lay Fantastic actually, and I think that might maybe help a little bit because now they kind of got a semi cruiser power, I guess, compensate for the fact of bot. But let's see how it works out.
nothing's gonna make up for the
Wow.
fact that you are missing one player at
Yeah.
the end of the day. And look, he just ran away in that lay fantastic. He's like, I don't want to be anywhere here. All right, it seems the lightning has been radared. 1017, is he going to be able to get shots off? Definitely opening up the body of that ship to potentially get guns aligned. But no, yes, finally shots going out towards Sierra 117 marksman. And do they connect? Yes, one does. Beautiful stuff by the Le Fantastique on 2017.
Yeah, I think if Tenny I think remains alive, then I think that is fine. Tenny has to remain alive, and if we can duke it out with others with really fantastic, just dodging and weaving, I think that should be fine.
And what's interesting is they actually have a good amount of damage on the Cleveland, on the Baltimore, a bit on Sierra 117. So despite being one ship down, they are getting points. They captured the outer ring, and they are in a position to punish a few mistakes. Their margin for error is next to zero, right?
Yeah, but Sonu Chandan is taking a lot of risk. He's going to be spotted by the
Yeah,
lightning any moment now. And I bet the Vladdy has his guns trained on him. Whether the Vladdy can lob it over the island,
Yeah, that's what
I
I was
don't
thinking.
know.
yeah,
The Vladiark is too flat to get over that island, if you ask me.
And he's standing
yeah.
actually right behind the middle peak
Yeah.
of the island.
So he's
Yeah.
not spotted anymore. He's not spotted anymore. He's fine. Meanwhile, Tenny has been spotted. I think that's a hydro because there was no line of sight. He's been like hydro rep ready.
On such small maps, the Fantask is not Fantask. Simply because the detectability is just too high, and it's just not able to do what other DDs are able to do, right? So other DDs, the moment the radars are down, they go full stealth and they're able to spot, they're able to roam around in the open. With
And
the
they
Le
have the
Fantasque,
disengage with the smoke.
yeah. And with the Le
Yeah,
Fantasque, it doesn't have the smoke, doesn't have the detectability to escape. it's a good gunboat, but when you have to contest caps and when you have to spot, it's under a huge disadvantage. On larger maps, it still works, but on small maps like this, not so much.
I mean, like again, I mean, like you want to say it doesn't work smaller app, but I think we have seen Bazinga made it work with fantastic, even
That
in
was
smaller
that was
maps.
on no, that was one of the larger maps, by the way, where
I mean,
Bazinga brought out the Le Fantastique against short callers. Now look at this, the
Are we going to see
Fantastique.
a YOLO?
I
Can he afford
guess.
it? How many
No,
tops
no,
does he
he's.
have? Three
It's.
plus
I think it's
three.
two by three. 3+3 or 2 by 3?
No, so it's
It's
three
two
plus
by three.
three
Yeah.
for one side, and then he'll
Ah,
have
Wow.
three
okay.
left
So
on the other.
yeah, it's similar to a Mayhan. It's like a Mayhan setup. Okay, so Lightning denying the push with the tops.
Whoa, shots coming in from Talon, but they all missed, unfortunately. It's going to be hard for Tenny to disengage now.
I think
Uh,
Tenny is committed. He's like balls to the wall. Let's get this done.
Wow,
yeah,
yeah,
but
he's
I think
dead.
the
He's dead.
yeah,
He's
Oh,
on fire.
he doesn't have a repair party.
Yeah,
He
he's
doesn't have
used
a
his
damage
repairs.
console.
yeah, yeah.
Very
Unfortunate
good.
end for Tenny. I think the SKN. I'm not sure what happened to SKN. Is SKM online or not though? I think his guns are trained on Cleveland, but I'm not seeing any activity from him. Has he disconnected?
It would seem so, yes. There is no engine movement either.
I think
I,
is there no engine movement or he's just like waiting for Cleveland to be spotted? Like
no,
I'm
no,
not.
his turrets. I see his turrets moving now. Yeah, I see his turrets moving. He's in the game. See, with a Fantask, when you charge a Cleveland, you have to get your tops off. If
Oh,
you aren't able to get your tops off, then
yeah,
you're never going to be able to beat the Cleveland.
yeah,
I
and I
think it's
think
not just Cleveland, right? It holds true for anyone in the Le Fantastic because you cannot smoke wall yourself to get out, right? So once you've engaged like that, you gotta hope to God the opponent is really bad at shooting, or you get the kill.
oh, so
And we
meanwhile,
see,
short up ready. Short up ready. I think Freddy might die.
yeah, I think Talon should be able to finish this off. And it looks like INC pull one back, but that's another permafire as Sonu Chandan will join Tenny 17 at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, I think just like with that, what Lee Fantastic push didn't work out, and that was the one which like took them down. To be honest, here, if Fantastic would have worked, I think they would have a really good chance.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
I think
casually shooting out in the open.
I think the Fantastic
Yeah,
actually needed support from one of the cruisers to be
Yeah.
able to pull that off. If there was somebody
Yeah.
firing
yeah.
from behind to distract them,
And there
to
were shots that came in from the Talon AP shots, but they just he didn't take enough lead, and all the shots completely missed. He could have hurt the Cleveland before it was able to take the La Fantas down, but the shots just weren't good enough.
Applied Mechanics looking for a ram will not be able to get the kill.
Yep, let's
I
see
hope
But
he
he
what
has
realizes.
happens.
his turret
He has a
returned
ram
though.
back. Oh my
Oh,
god.
snap!
Oh my god. This is interesting. Now,
Yeah, he's a one
oh
shot.
well, the
Yeah, but
pace.
look at that! Look
Yeah,
at
the
that!
pace is.
No! Because of that, dead Baltimore. The Vladivostok couldn't move forward or backwards. He was pinched in place. And
Yeah.
INC, despite a decent try, they will remain winless as Team Crazy climb up the ladder with another win to their name. And with that, folks, we come to the end of day 7 of Shipfest Season 2. 2 more days to go, one more win, and I think now that was a bruh moment, will be able to claim the title. But that match is, if I'm not mistaken, against the challengers, Radioactive, the only team that can mathematically catch up at this point. Do you guys think tomorrow Radioactive has what it takes?
Well, they've shown it, but we've seen upsets before, so I'm not predicting anything.
and,
Yeah,
and I think Fizz
I
will
will
happily
also be
say,
safe.
Fizz will happily say, I think Bro will win.
I will give the upper hand to bro. Okay, I will not lie. I have a bit of bias towards bro, but I will give them upper hand. But again, as well said, you can predict anything. Like even they have seen like even the bots upsets, just happening. Where even with bots in the team, INC have shown, just like even with bots, we can still make it, challenging for everyone. So I think I'm expecting a very good match tomorrow. We will see what will bro can also guns blazing like they did against short to again stamp their authority, but you never know.
Definitely, guys. As we get towards the business end of the league, every match is going to matter where the teams finish, whether they're going to finish in the money, how much in game rewards they get. Remember, there's a $200 cash prize or 15,000 rupees, along with exclusive India camo, doubloons, premium time, and whatnot. Certainly a lot to play for. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, with Shipfest Season 2, brought to you by LG Ultragear. I'm Captain Arya, and the voices you heard with me were Valkyrie and Fizzkiller. We'll see you tomorrow with more Warships action.